In the middle of the San Francisco Bay, surrounded by ice-cold waters, stands a rocky island, Alcatraz, America's prison that was said to be impossible to escape. It's not far from the shore, but the water is so cold and the currents so strong that for most people this place felt less like an island and more like a grave. By 1962, Alcatraz had become the destination for the most dangerous and most hopeless prisoners. And in June of that year, a night unfolded that would go down in history. At the center of this story are three men: Frank Morris, known for his sharp intelligence and for attempting multiple escapes in the past, and the Anglin brothers, John and Clarence. Two brothers who grew up together, committed crimes together, and ended up in Alcatraz together. Their cells were side by side. Every day the same corridor, the same iron bars, the same routine, but also the same idea. They say there's no way out, but what if there is? The plan wasn't built overnight. For months, they fought a silent, invisible war against time, against surveillance, against the need for absolute quiet. They observed the prison's weak points. By day, they acted like ordinary inmates. By night, they built small devices inside their cells. According to prison records, at one point, a fourth inmate was part of the plan, Alan West. But on the night of the escape, he would be left behind. June 11th, 1962. The night count was done. The lights were out. Alcatraz believed it had gone to sleep. But there were no sleeping bodies in the cells, only realistic dummy heads, painted and completed with real human hair, placed in the beds to fool the guards. The three men crawled out of their cells into a hidden corridor, service shafts behind the walls, forgotten passageways behind the iron bars. For the first time, the island lost its silence. Once outside the prison, one final barrier stood before them: the San Francisco Bay. Records indicate they used a makeshift inflatable raft crafted from raincoats, along with handmade life vests. They slipped into the water under the cover of night and vanished, not fighting the current, but moving with it. Only a few items washed back onto the island: a piece of a paddle, a wallet wrapped in plastic, and life vests carried ashore by the waves. June 12th morning. When guards came to wake the prisoners, all three cells displayed the same scene: bodies lying in bed that were nothing more than dummies. Alcatraz went into lockdown. Sea, air, land. Every route was searched. The FBI joined the hunt, but the three men were gone. Official reports called them missing. Some said they drowned. Others continued to ask the same question: what if they made it? Was it physically possible to escape Alcatraz? Experts debated this for years. Some experiments suggested that under the right conditions, the escape could have succeeded. But one thing is certain: on that night, the so-called inescapable prison was defeated for the first time in history. Frank Morris, John Anglin, Clarence Anglin, three men, and a case file that remains open to this day.